All right, we are now moving on to a dance practice. I actually haven't done a dance practice for BTS in a bit of a hot minute, and I decided, you know what? I really like Mic Drop. To me, I actually consider it to be maybe the biggest earworm in all of K-pop. It's at least in the top 3 for me. I feel like the last time I listened to Mic Drop, I seriously probably had it stuck in my head for like a month or 2 straight. Like it's so cracked into my brain now. I actually really think that it's one of my favorite songs overall anyway. I just really like it a lot. But I think another part of that is also the dance. So let's check it out. This is the Mama version, by the way. Oh,
누가 내 수저 더럽대 I don't care 마이크 잡음 금수저 여러 배 버럭해 잠못 익은 것들 스테이키 여러 개 거듭해서 씹어줄게 스타 A 저녁에 Word business 핵심 섭외 els니 맺지 많지 않지 이 클래스 가출 많지 좋은 향기 악취 많지 마이크 번지 마이크 번지 Black like 전진 망할 것 같았겠지만 I'm fine sorry 미안해 billboard 미안해 worldwide 아들이 너무 잘 나가서 미안해 엄마 대신해줘 네가 못한 효도 우린 콘서트 절대 없어 포도 I do it 너만 없는 나다 do it 혹배가 아프다면 고소해 do it Did you see my bag? Did you see my bag? 쇼핑들로 배기 가득해 How you think about it? How you think about it? 히로들은 벌써 학을 때 예매 황급히 나의 성공 I'm so firing 성나범소 너는 황급히 도망 형형 How you there? How you there? How you there? 내 손에 트로피 너무 많아 너무 heavy 내 두 손이 모자라 너네 말 조심 날이 다리 너무 바빠 너무 비지 내 온몸이 모자라 말 조심 너네 말 조심
우와.
사불기 정아 Once upon a time 이소 보았어 네 현실을 봐라 새샘터 지금 죽어도나 개행복 이번엔 하늘 날아가 비행기 몇 시간을 타 Yeah I'm on the mountain Yeah I'm on the bed 무대에서 탈진 mic drop bam Did you see my bag? Did you see my bag? 쇼핑들로 배기 가득해 How you think about that? How you think about that? 히로들은 벌써 학을 때 예매 황급히 나의 성공 I'm so firing 성나범소 너도 황급히 도망 형형 How you there? How you there? How you there? 내 손에 트로피 너무 많아 너무 heavy 내 두 손이 모자라 발 조심 너네 말 조심 날이 다리 너무 바빠 너무 busy 내 온몸이 모자라 발 조심 너네 말 조심
우와.
마지막 인사야 말 좀 사과도 하지마 볼일 없어 마지막 인사야 할 말도 없어 사과도 하지마 잘 봐놓고 꼴라지 우린 탁사 마치 콜라제 너의 각막 깜짝 놀라지 캐캐 폼나지 폼나지 yeah.
Oh my goodness, I'm getting good at pausing right at the very last second, aren't I? You know, I feel like a lot of things have been said about about their dance and their choreography, and there is a lot that I think all of it, obviously a lot of it's probably valid, I think one thing that a lot of people really, I feel like, underestimate, especially about BTS, is one, the overall physicality is one thing. But I think sometimes people don't understand how one of the most impressive things for me as somebody who has done dance is their spatial and stage awareness for like each other and themselves, or like the other dancers. To me, it's one of those things that you can really, and I know that this sounds silly because you're like, wait, but like it's just being on stage, but a lot of times, especially when you're doing a practice, they'll post like little like stickers or like tapes like over here and over here and over here, and it might be color coordinated to like when who goes where and whatever, and do all this other stuff. But that only really helps you out so far. And really, this is kind of the mark between, I feel like, professionals and people who are just like doing it for a hobby or whatever. It doesn't matter if this is a dance practice that they've practiced 100,000 times. I don't care about that. I don't feel like that's a valid argument against this in any way. Because to me, I think one of the biggest strengths of BTS, and we know this, is how close they are. As friends and as, human beings, they have spent more time with each other than they have with anybody else. And I think that the benefit for that has been absolutely the stage. I think there's a couple of things as to why. I think the first major thing is that it really shows their understanding of wanting to make sure that what they put out is as high quality for them as they wish it to be. There's nothing that I feel like that they do that I would say they just do half a job. They're just kind of phoning it in. I always feel like that's the first thing, because they have an expectation for each other and themselves. I think the other thing is, too, that I find to be I feel like major thing about this is that because of the amount of time that they put in together, the amount of choreographies that they've worked with, is also, I feel like it becomes second nature where they need to be in relation to each other. This is not something that is a learned trait. It's a practice trait, but it's not a learned trait. This is just something that I think is so innately natural to them as human beings and like their relations to each other, that this is all just basically flowing like water. And honestly, like, the interesting thing about this song too, or at least the dance practice, I feel like that this has a lot more like pop and lock kind of vibes to it, instead of like the typical like flowy or interpretive dance kind of feel that a lot of times BTS songs can have. To me, I feel like this is a lot more of it's almost like their personality and their ability to perform the way that they do is both part of their professional and their friendship of with like each other. And I think that that's actually something that they should deserve. I think they deserve credit for. So anyway, very cool. Let me know what y'all think about this. We'll discuss this down in the comments below. Thank you. Bye, Victus.